Day four of Joe Dispenza. Powerful, powerful stuff. We started off the morning bright and early, 6:30 a.m., doing a walking meditation. First time I ever done something like that. And basically, we were there for about an hour. And in the beginning, you basically stand outside. I mean, all this area is, it was ready for that, where we were just standing outside, getting the sunlight, because it was sunrise, and then just getting connected to my heart and the moment and the life force energy, and I actually have some headphones, and it's a guided meditation. So you're being instructed on what you got to do every step of the way. So in the beginning it was just eyes closed, and then basically walking into the version of myself that I am creating, right? So who am I being as a creative self, right? Because that's one of the things that I think a lot of us believe, right? Especially if we believe in manifestation, we believe that we have the ability to create. So if we really believe that we have the ability to create, then we should spend some time creating, because most of the time, unfortunately, we're just basically doing a program every day. We're running our day the same as we did yesterday, every single thing, the same emotions, the same food, the same people, the same environments, the same job, the same experiences, the same of everything. So if we don't actually take the time and create our day, um, and I've talked about morning rituals in the past, and having something in the morning to create your day and writing it down, but really anchoring in the emotions of it, as, as if it's already been done. That's the really big key takeaway, right? What emotions, how am I being, how am I showing up, and how am I walking, and really getting in tune with that. So it was just a really powerful experience. I mean, I walked out of that extremely empowered for sure. And then we went in and we did the session, and it's just another super powerful day of just like amazing content. Um, and something, a lot of the stuff that we're talking about is about opening the heart and really getting connected to the heart center. Something interesting that I didn't know. I knew that the heart had neurons, right? But I didn't know it had 40,000. It has 40,000 neurites. So, right? So there's intelligence in your heart, and your heart is like a magnet. And if you don't have it in resonance, if it's not harmonized, if you're not paying attention to it, because you're always, basically running your life from the lower chakra centers, which were our survival and below, then you're rarely never making decisions, or doing anything from the heart perspective. So everything that we're doing is about getting heart and brain coherence, right? Like, getting the heart to instruct the brain. And I really am going to be implementing this moving forward. I am not going to make any decisions. I'm not going to take on any business ventures. I'm not going to do any meetings without me having my heart in coherence and my brain in coherence. And there's an exercise, and through this meditation exercise, where we could do that, and it's just really about attuning the energy, because that is going to be exactly how the entire experience is going to go, especially if you're starting like a new business partnership, anything like that. It's just a lot better to do that. Today was a long day, so if my energy is not like super high, it's because of that. It was a super long day, and trying to do calls in between then as well. But one of the big takeaways is, a lot of the times with every single teaching that I've done, whether it's reading a book or going to other seminars, it's more about kind of changing the character in a way, right? Like, the identity, right? Like, I am Leo Robles, and I was born in 1987, April 21st, and I'm a Mexican, and I'm a male, and I'm, whatever, like my hair is brown, and I'm gonna be 36 years old, blah 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 blah. So I could talk about all these things. These are things that are like my character in this planet. But a lot of times, we go the hard route by trying to alter the character constantly, but it really isn't about that. It's about, again, creating the version of yourself, creating yourself first, and anchoring in the emotions of the created self, and allowing your heart and mind and in the universe and God to manifest and attract those things to your life. And it could be really effortless, which is really contrary to how we believe things. We I think we're kind of in a hustle bustle grind society. So I really love Joe's methodology, and he's really colored in a lot of the stuff that I read about, that I knew about, but I just didn't have a way to explain it because there was no process and there was no evidence to back it up. And a lot of the stuff, most of the time, especially when you're talking about personal development, a lot of it is classified as woo woo. It's classified as stuff that could be real or maybe it's not. So he really breaks it down detailed, right, and gives you information that then empowers you, gets me more excited. And information, I actually broke that word down. It's inform, right? Inform, form matter, like in this planet. So the more information we know, the better it is, right? And then implementation is a second thing. And I think with the proper information, individuals do execute, right? Like I am inspired about meditation more than ever because I'm informed about the benefits and what I've seen. And I'm literally seeing people. I mean, there was a guy today that couldn't walk, and he just started to walk literally because he started to learn about his neurons and his biology and his manifestation and the possibilities of people being healed. I mean, I saw that with my own two eyes. So we have something in our mind that's called mirror neurons. So when we see other people heal, when we see other people succeed, when we see experiences, we tend to mirror back those activities. So, um, man, we got some more stuff coming. I mean, this is just the beginning. We still got like 3 more days of this stuff. So, yeah, I just wrote down that I'm not playing the game of change. I'm not going to play that game anymore. It's going to be all about creation, focusing all my time, effort, and energy into creation. And most of the time, which I have learned in other courses, we tend to continue to create our future from the past, right? Because again, we wake up, we make our bed, we take a shower, maybe we get a workout in, maybe we read a book, you get your breakfast, then you get in the car, you go to work, you see the same people, blah 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 blah. So all of it is just past, 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 past because it's already been created, right? It's the same thing over and over. So you keep putting all your energy in the past, therefore it keeps projecting into the future. So if you want to create a new reality and you want your life to be different, you gotta take some time to create your life and start to focus your energy and effort and attention and intention on creating the reality. And he really talks about meditation. When you go into meditation, you really are um, going into oneness, right? Like you're going into this divine domain. And one of the cool things that he said and that he says is that there's no such thing as a bad meditation, and I really believe that because when you are meditating, obviously you could agree that taking a shower every day is probably a great idea. So I believe that meditation is like a shower for the soul. So if you're gonna go and spend some time meditating, when you are imbuing yourself in that energy, you're basically showering in divine energy, and I think that's a great idea, right? I mean, especially if you want to create. So um, a lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff. Everything in this reality, right? When you just try to change matter for matter, everything is really predictable because it's just like 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 2 is 4, 2 plus 3 is 5. Everything is very linear and predictable. But when you start to live a created life, you really start to get into the spontaneous um, type of reality, which is a lot more exciting. That's something that I'm embracing. That I'm going to start to allow. I'm going to start to allow, life to surprise me and have it be more spontaneous. And from the quantum field, right? When you are creating from that field, time, the past, the present, and the future is all in one line, right? Typically, um, past and future are like linear, and you can't go back in time. But in the quantum field, the past, the present, and the future are all happening at once. So there is multiple, probably millions of versions of yourself, of myself, that are happening right now as we speak. And all we got to do is attune to the frequency of who we would like to be. If you want to jump into a new reality, you literally have to harmonize with the new reality, and you got to spend some time in that reality. That way, you can magnetize that new reality to your life. I also wrote this down. This is something I had as an insight. We are multi-dimensional beings living in a multi-dimensional life. Actually, I didn't say that correctly. We are dimensional beings living a dimensional life, a multi-dimensional life. I kind of butchered it. I wrote it down. It made more sense when I said it earlier. But the point is that we could become somebody different. We could change. But in order for our lives to change, we have to change. We can't just continue to change the stuff on the outside. We got to change. We got to evolve in order for our life to change. Permanent change, by the way. You can have a temporary change by changing the outside, but you're not going to have a permanent change if you're not going within and creating from within. So, I think that's where I'm going to stop my video today. I'm looking forward to connecting again tomorrow. Hope you got a lot of value from this. If you are getting value, I would love to hear your feedback. If you are not subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button. See you soon.